All right, this is Steve with the SRP channel, and I'm a little tired. I was about not to shoot any videos on this job, but it's pretty interesting. So I got my camera out. Sometimes if I'm a little exhausted, it's hard to stop and video stuff. But but this is worth it because this used to be a place where they did the oh gosh, it was a sound room. So they did I think it was like an for podcast. They did podcast recordings and other studio recordings. And if you can notice on the sheetrock, it's curved. Hopefully you could see that here. Okay, that makes it easier to see there. So I never really seen anything like this, especially at the ground. So you can see here how it, and it's very, very smooth. And then I don't know what material they used to combine it to the concrete, but it's really sturdy. I mean, I tried to chisel it out earlier. So I just ended up doing the sheetrock I needed to. So it's kind of interesting. I do not know acoustically how well round surfaces work. So you hear they're doing the sound dampening stuff like these little foam cells here. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, so sorry I'm dorking out, but those tend to work pretty good. You can see that they had it up there too. So, but this I did yesterday, and is why I am so exhausted. Demoing all that out yesterday. So I'm doing 12 cans in here, so I should probably do a video on that because it's a 20 by 22 foot room. And laying the cans out on the second day. So you can see what I do is I'll put blue tape on the ground and get it marked where each one is, according to my little math. And then get my Bosch laser pointer, and then I just level it right over here and shoot it straight up on the studs. I'll go into more detail on that here in a little bit. Okay, this is a pretty tricky room. Obviously, it's about, as I said before, it's about 22 by 20 feet. It's a converted garage. And there's no attic space between the studs here. It's a closed space of 2x6s, which means we need to use a shallow 6-inch can. And here is the math. Actually, I redid it. So the one I made was like really, really messy. So I redid this. But this is basically anytime I do cans, this is how I lay them out to get even distribution of them. So you just lay out the grid that you want in the room, and then take the measurement of the room in inches. In this case, the long ways it's 270 inches, and then 246 short ways. And then depending on how many cans, so here you have 4 cans. So you'd actually divide 270 by 4, which would give you 34. And that would be the distance to the first can there. And then in this case, it would be twice that between each one. And that gives you the even distribution. 246 divided by 6, because we have three wide on the cans, or 3 rows. So double that to 6 and divide 246 by 6. That would give you 41. So that would give you 34 to 41. And then the way this came out was about 86 inches between each can. And so, you know, when you do the math, this came out to like 33.75. Just round up. You don't worry about the little fractions when you're doing this. It doesn't make any difference. And then, so we had like 86 between each can. And so when I get that, I will actually put marks on the floor of where it is. Exactly like that. Measuring out the room. And then I'll just put big pieces of blue tape at each can location here. You can see there. It's kind of a little messy. That's what happens when you're doing recessed lighting. But and then you get the little X, and then we have the magic tool, and that is our Bosch laser stick. So what you do is basically, and this Bosch, let me do that real quick while I remember. This is about 20 years old. It's been great. The model on this is GPL 3T. And so you just put it there, and then you can see how the little levels there, and so level that way, and then you can see there, level that way, and you get it pretty close. And then make sure that's centered right where the LED is. Level there, it's level there. And then boom, right up there. I don't know if you can see that. Oh gosh. There we go, right there. So that's the center point of the can. These things are great. So then what I'll do is actually move it over and mark that stud where that is, and then put the can on the center here. So I'll actually move the laser over, so then I can mark the stud where the can should be centered. Okay, our unofficial music sponsor is 91.7 KTXT. That's a Dallas Fort Worth public radio, kind of alternative rock type station. Really good. It's usually what I listen to if I'm not streaming music. Anyways, gosh. So here we are, starting to lay them out here. So the tricky part on this is getting these in line on different vaults and framing, because it's really difficult to measure. If you can't measure, like if I measured from this can to this that I-beam or that stud at the top, that measurement wouldn't do me any good over here. So that's why we got my little laser and got everything lined back up. And this one I got tagged in place. So this one's leveled off, and you can see right there. So it just needs a little adjustment, tapped over to the left a little bit, and it'll be centered. Okay, so this would be a little pro tip, or even if you're amateur homeowner tip. So when you're installing the cans on these new construction cans, just tap the nail in the stud enough to get it to hold, and then screw it in with little short sheetrock screws. I use 1-inch fine thread sheetrock screws. I find that works best. That way if you have to move it or change it, which I did on a couple of them, it doesn't beat the crap out of the can trying to get it out. So that is the pro tip. So everything is in here. Remove chunks of insulation. So there's the actual stud. There's a 2x6 that should be across there. And so what I did on this one, I looped some wire here, continual, I didn't splice it, but just looped a continual circuit there. and then I'll come back and cut in new remodel cans or remodel cans after sheetrock's in. So, and I have one little work light here on and one over here just to keep some actual functional light. And I think that's it. I hope this was helpful. I usually don't use or do. I already have one of my can videos as far as laying them out, but this was a little more trickier, so let's just do a little short video on it. So I hope you liked it. Please help the YouTube algorithm, like and subscribe, and check out my other videos. If you have any comments, leave them below. Thank you very much.